Erudia, an ancient land where gods walk among men. A living, breathing high fantasy world that we want to put into your hands. But we cannot do this alone. In order to bring you back to what tabletop is all about, combat, exploration, adventure, we need your help to bring it to life. By supporting us on Patreon, you can support this project and the cast of Moonskull, with our promise that we will answer to the only people that matter. You. Legend Seeker. Your legend starts here. Forge your path. Shape your destiny.
Transference is over. All right. We're going to ignore that payment processing thing or whatever the hell that is with Benny's and all that jazz. It's irrelevant at this point. That's outstanding, so it should be going live. They're probably hearing our voice now talking over the last of the Legend Seeker, which is always exciting. I love the delay factor. It makes me super happy.
Legend Seeker, Patreon.
Patreon. Yes, I got the Patreon in there. Hello and welcome to everyone on the Sunday stream of the Shattered Sigil. I probably should try to alliterate that at some point. Oh man, we are back. We are Sans, a different player, but that's okay. We're in a weird time frame, and we're gonna kill his character off because it's funnier that way. And that's how I gain fear anyway. Oh, it is going to be an outstanding show. We have Ash back. We'll find out what Ash has been up to, and we're gonna find out what the players have been up to. Please, yes, thank you for the pump message. I guess a little bit of administrative housekeeping. Let's see. Erudai is still trying to harangue people to get to a 69 on his Patreon. Definitely go check that out. There's some good benefits to it. All jokes aside with getting Erudai into a 69, I will say that for those who are curious, if you're a super supporter here or you're actually watching this and you're thinking, do these guys really need the support or what are they doing? All the funding that Erudai is collecting is really being poured into Legend Seeker. The art that's coming in now that I'm getting to see, it's almost getting overwhelming, Frost, the amount of amazing art that's coming in. So it's really bloop, bloop. Yeah, it's really dope art. Like, it is very cool. Don't take the nonsense that I get up to here, but the art is really dope. And that's really what all this is about, is getting as much poured into the project of the Legend Seeker RPG. So that's really what you're supporting through the donations and through listening to, personally my ass hattery, and then everyone else who's, very professional and very adult on all these streams. And then as far as the Patreon goes. So yes, that 100% goes into the dopest project that a group of people are digging into and making it. So it's a long time in the coming. So yeah, never fear on that. And I got to switch over this time because I don't want to forget. And then the players, because of John Gordon, I start with 11 fear, which is delicious. And because of John Gordon, he took the time and the effort to chronicle Axiom's acknowledgement of genocide. Then all the players are also going to start with one extra hope this time around, as we look at when Axiom decided to...
In my defense, I did not have any free will. I had no free will, okay? There was magic controlling what I did.
Oh, man. I'm pretty sure you had free will. You worship the silver flame and then not the... oh my God, I can't even get it right now, though. The Lord of Blades. Jesus
I didn't have free will when I killed the women. I haven't killed a woman or a child since I've been set free.
That's a true statement. You have an artificer, and he's going to debate that, I bet. All right, outstanding. I'm going to clear this. But yeah, thanks, John. He's always great at capturing the worst moments possible for the party.
What's free will?
I have no tact. I don't know what's inappropriate to say.
Oh, man. Just saying. I'm going to get this off of here. Well, that'll be clipped. That's not right. And yeah, before we get started, I guess we should let everyone say hi. Cendrigan, go ahead, start us off, man, and then focus someone else.
Happy to be back. It was nice to watch the stream in the previous session, and I totally get without Ashen's involvement that things went sideways and they had to run away and burn down a building. Yeah, so hopefully it'll go better now.
Oh, true. Frost, what's going on, my man?
Oh, I'm working on very little sleep, but that's what I always do. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen now that we got our butts chewed out. And yeah, we're totally. She's gonna fall in love with us all over again once she realizes how much she needs us. Right?
That's right. That's how it works. That's how women work.
Totally. I'm gonna spend a hope on that. Oh my god.
That's how it goes. Oh my god. And Mega, our genocidal warforged.
Doing fantastic. I'm a reformed murder hobo. Okay.
It's fine.
Reformed. I'm doing quite well. Ready to see what kind of shenanigans we get into today.
Whatever helps you not sleep at night, which is really strange since you don't sleep and you just sort of stare in the dark at people from the corner.
Well, just trying to observe what these flesh bags do.
Yeah, all right. Let's roll into that. Speaking of flesh bags, we're going to fast forward so we can do some narrative building on this. What no one heard was, and Xfinity took about 300 years to fix their upgrade to the 10th generation. I'm not, whatever they're doing. So it should be stable. If not, it just is what it is. So what you didn't hear was the last thing that was said. I don't think anyone heard it because of, the gods is the professor had told everyone to get out of her office. And so we're going to fast forward 12 hours and where you, in fact, got the hell out of her office. And we're going to catch up on what everyone's been doing. Now, the three of you do know that Vane, because of his personality, his dedication to the house, you all, if you're not aware of his exact devotion to his house, it's more than obvious that he holds House Orion very serious and that he takes his oath and being a part of a dragonmarked house very serious. Vane did mumble that he needed to check something out, and he was kind of carrying on about the Sharn Inquisitive paper, as well as some of the things that he was ruminating in his head and took off. And it's more than likely he went to the enclave of House Orion here in Sharn, which is going to keep him occupied because he's not here. And so it just is what it is. Now, let's do this. Ash, you were in the warehouse, right? We're still using it, referring to it as a warehouse. Like I said, it turned out to be more of a storage facility. And since you did play kind of catch up, there might be some important problems that are now associated with this little cache that you guys found. It definitely had items in it, but it had a lot of problems in it. The roach thrall might be the least of your worries, to be perfectly honest, given the things that transpired afterward and some of the information that began coming forward. So, but when your allies were busy and occupied, you never joined the battle. And at some point, they decided to tactically retreat from the scene of the infestation, and you were nowhere present. So, Ash, what were you doing at that time that would have caused you to depart this place? And what have you been doing since your team took a knee and then they went to visit the professor? Go ahead.
Yeah, as they were, as Axiom and Vane were going around the corner to see what was going on with Kasimir, I 100% positive saw our gnome contact. He wasn't dead. There was actually a trap door in the other room that they had just exited. I saw him go down this trap door, so I had no time to say anything. I had to give pursuit. This led to us like a under lower level Sharn going through the sewers, getting messed up and getting attacked by some, I don't know, like under sewer dweller kind of aberrations. surviving barely, but unfortunately losing the trail. But coming back to my companions with this vital information, like that body we saw thrown from the tower was a fake. We were faked out. There's a bigger conspiracy going on. We got to track this down. And good news for the professor that, this gnome's not dead after all.
And how do you your companions usually will go to only a couple of places to gather together. One of them is Moorgrave Universe with the professor. Assuming you made that attempt, is that accurate? You would have went to Moorgrave first?
Yeah, I would have gone to Moorgrave.
And how did you take the news that the professor, one, is no longer receiving calls from anyone, and then two, learning on the side that not only is she not taking calls, that she actually hasn't been there for several hours. She departed her office almost immediately after your teammates departed her office.
Well, now I'm wondering if the professor's either been turned or she's been like a doppelganger all along, and we've been working for someone fake. So this conspiracy is breaking wide open. So I really need to find them now.
Oh my God! Oh man! All right.
I need what Ash is smoking. Tell you what.
Hey, he's on that side. He's on the true psychedelics. Let's see. Kasimir, you're the one who kind of leads the party around to your other hangout. What is the name of the bar that you would normally take your team to as a focal point? Not the seedy underbelly shit that you go to, but what is the place that you would normally take your comrades?
Oh, this one is a respectable bar in the middle area. It's called the Rumpled Princess.
Nice.
And it features a young lady with her dress a bit rumpled, looking a little embarrassed, walking out of a building. And it's tongue in cheek, but it's also, it's respectable in terms of the bars that I go to. And unfortunately, it has non-greasy food, and it's somewhat well lit.
Outstanding. Is it related to or run by House Galanda at all, or is this separated from the dragonmarked houses?
I think this one is a dragonmarked place because that speaks to respectability, of course, and we're trying to be in a respectable place, of course.
There you go. All
so
right.
basically, to him, that means this is a chain. It's a chain tavern, so it's not going to be that great.
Outstanding. So, speaking of that, now that we know where you normally go, what have you been doing for the 12 hours since the professor asked you to depart?
He has been working diligently on more bits and plans for the weapon he's working on, just completely obsessing over it, asking questions of the Warforged, making sure that everything's going to be right, the weight of it, if it's going to matter, if it's a little lighter, or if it blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
So he's been obsessing over it. Even while we're sitting and drinking and eating, he's doing extra drawings and asking him question after question after question after question, which probably for him is like, okay.
I would be attached to your hip, doing anything you needed, whether it's getting supplies or keeping the fires going or whatever, because what else do I got to do? I don't sleep.
That's fair. All right, so you spent your 12 hours with Kasimir completely then?
Yes.
Okay.
With the occasional prayer in my head,
Okay, so
silver flame.
Where is this location? Axiom, have you ever been to Kasimir's workshop before?
We've known each other a while. I would assume I've been there once or twice, maybe not for as long of a period as I have this current time, but I would assume I would have at least visited at some point.
What are your impressions of his workshop? Where is it in Sharn? Is it upper city, middle city, lower city?
It is middle city, as close as you can get to the edge of something that would be considered industrial and lower city without actually being down there.
He is a dedicated dwarf who is obsessed with his craft. I can respect his dedication, and I also understand why he drinks so much.
Outstanding. So there we have it. We know what you three have been up to. Again, Vane is very likely locked away in his enclave trying to puzzle through some questions of perspective, prerogative, loyalty, quite a few things. There's a few things that happen. So over to you, gentlemen. I know two of you are working on trying to get the Warforged outfitted properly, and then Ash, you have at least you know the professor's not there. And where would you have gone from Moorgrave? Are you aware of the workshop for Kasimir?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
yeah.
All right, so is it the first place you would check?
No, I'd probably go check the bars and taverns.
Smart.
The Rumple Princess. The Rumple Princess, I think it reaches out across the multiverse for Ash, given his other characters' experiences with a diminutive princess in another Daggerheart game.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one's there. Rumble Princess. Some of the people recognize you just because you've had at least one sit down in this place. And since it is a chain that's around Sharn, they have them, in different areas. I assume some of them are being treated just like a Subway. And so you'll have a Rumple Princess right across from each other, one being a standalone Rumple Princess and one is inside another business tower Rumple Princess. So they're directly competing because House Galanda will collect money no matter what, right off the top. So when you go to the workshop, it's fairly easy to find. You do know where it is. It's not like they're trying to hide it. Are you heading to the workshop now, Ash, or what are you doing?
Yeah, because at the Rumpled Princess, there's like this fancy wall clock on the wall that's broken. But we have like a code thing, right? The four of us. Well, I don't know if Axiom knows about it, but we have a code where we set times to indicate places to look for us, right? So I check the clock. And,
okay.
Yeah, just to see if
nice
Kasimir or Vane indicated where they might be located.
I know how
it's drunk o'clock or work o'clock.
Yeah,
and it's set to work o'clock right now.
Yeah,
nice.
So I'll go to the workshop.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, you got the clock code. What time does the clock read to indicate workshop?
11:23.
11:23. You start
There
making
you go.
shit up, bitch. I'm gonna start calling you on this. 11:23. Awesome.
No, I gotta remember.
I would have gone with 2 minutes to midnight, but you do you.
Well, we're going to assume 2 minutes to midnight might be the actual Rumple Princess. All right. So yes, you manage to make your way there. You know that they're there based on your clock code system that at least the three of you worked out. I know you're not sure Axiom is kind of aware of what's going on. Maybe we can figure that out at some point. But yes, there you are. The three of you are now inside of Kasimir's workshop. Kasimir, is the workshop really big enough for the three of you, much less the four of you? Or what do we have going on here? What kind of workshop is this? Are you like above a bodega, underneath a bodega? Where are we?
It used to be a stable. Most of the stables are ripped out because it had a nice stone floor with a big channel down the center of it. And he's got his basic forge and basic equipment and everything in there. It's got plenty of room for a lot of stuff, but he owns almost nothing. He has his tools, he has some of his goods, and a lot of the stuff in the back is just junk that he threw off to the side. So there's like a huge pallet of wood made of the old wood stalls. It's probably what the Warforged sits on or stands next to if he sits down. And the rest of the room is just a nice big empty room, but there are a number of barrels of very cheap liquor under a tarp.
Oh. Outstanding. Of course there is.
I came to help him forge. I've just been his waiter refilling his cup.
You're his Gungadine. That's all.
Axiom, L.
Right? Yeah, Gungadine, bring water. Oh, man. All right, gentlemen.
I must slake my thirst and then work on the blade. But first, I must slake my thirst.
Oh, you have him stand there wiping your brow.
I'm glad
You
to
ever
be of
seen
service.
three guys just hanging out in the garage working on a car before? There's a
Yeah,
refrigerator of beer right there.
Axiom. Make
We
yourself
need
useful.
a King of the Hill picture, but with our characters.
Oh, that would be perfect, actually. That's basically what this is inside of a makeshift workshop. Fantastic.
Yes.
All right, gents.
Can Vane be Boomhauer?
Yes,
Maybe.
because he's not here.
Yeah, because he's not here. Gentlemen, it's all over to you. Go ahead. You guys have a lot of small, disparate pieces of information that you need to figure shit out.
All right.
So when he creaks that door open, just kind of, yeah. So, where you been? You smell awful, by the way.
Oh, he abandoned us here too.
No. What happened?
Coward.
Just what is happening?
It's a good question. Just look over at Axiom because he opened the door and then squeak the door back shut.
I blame the internet. I blame you, Ron.
Sometimes I trust him. Other times I do not.
Makes sense.
When you can't fight a war like grown men, you fight a war online.
Hey, there you go.
There you go. They're all Redditors apparently in Iran. Whoa.
We can hear you.
Hello.
Yeah, I can't hear you.
Can anyone?
Yes,
we can hear you.
Can you hear us? See you. I can just see you.
It's like, oh,
Everyone else is
I'm
gone.
gone.
Oh, we can. He can only see one of us. He's gonna reload. It'll be fun.
Reload.
I don't have him on audio. At least he came back to camera though. That's good.
Exactly, Crescent. He wanted to go to his own workshop with blackjack and hookers.
He's jealous.
Perfect.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
Hello.
Hey.
I need like it's. There you go. I was like, I'm gonna get a technical difficulty screen and just start playing that. Get like the little clapping monkey.
He's just me. It's just Kasimir with Axiom's innards out, and he's looking at it with a question mark over his head because he's got too many parts.
Like, there you go.
Make sure you put those all back in, please.
There's like
I'm not sure they all came from you.
Washing over you guys and in and out of the scene apparently as Ash's creepy psychic powers are in and out. Look at him.
Yeah, I kind of gingerly kind of step around the workshop. I don't want to like step on anything like the last time where Kasimir chewed me out for a half hour for I broke something that seemed very important, but it seemed like a piece of it's like junk to me, but for whatever reason he thought that was super important. But I'm kind of like out of breath. I'm like my usually clean demeanor is like I'm dirty. I kind of smell a little bit. My hair's all messed up and not in a cool way, just kind of like a disheveled way. I'm like, you guys, you're not going to believe it. The professor, our contact, that he's not dead. That was some kind of a ruse. There's something going on. It's deep. The professor, I think, too, might be compromised. I tried to go see her, but she wasn't there. At least that's what they told me. And now Vane's gone. I'm suspecting him as well.
Well, she was mad at us for some reason. I think it might have been that she thinks she's not going to look good in the press. Yeah.
Once the incest gets out, she's in trouble.
Okay.
I'm not sure that's the takeaway. But wait, why do you look like me?
Well, when we were in that warehouse, you guys you weren't. The other, as Axiom and Vane ran around the corner, this gnome guy popped up out of this trap door, saw me, closed the trap door quickly. I went after him. I was been down in the sewers for I don't know how many hours. I got attacked by some kind of a weird bug-like, multi-eyed tentacle creature, but I survived. But I lost the trail. But I think we've been set up for something, and I don't know if the professor is in on it or she's just as in the dark as we are. But
if there is a conspiracy, how do we know you're not an imposter? You did disappear, and then you reappear.
Because if I wouldn't tell you if there's a conspiracy if I was part of it. That's the whole point of a conspiracy.
We would not think you were part of it because you talked about it, and then you would think that we would think that you would think.
Is this going to be three Spider-Man situation?
But I would, if I was part of it, I would think that you would think that I would think that. So then I wouldn't say that because I know you would think that.
I look at Cass. I got lost. I don't know.
We need a drink. Bump the table.
All right, I go get drinks for everybody because that's the job here. I hand you a cup of his shoddy ale.
In a rough tin-hewn cup.
It's in a hippie oil can.
Essentially.
So you say the gnome is alive. You got attacked by a bug. We got attacked by bugs.
How did you survive the bug? when it took all of us to survive.
Well, was your bug green and kind of smelled faintly of it's kind of an acidic smell and was dripping globules of black
I
tar?
can't smell.
Oh,
That doesn't sound like our bug. Our bug was the size of
He was big.
Axiom.
Yes.
Well, maybe bigger.
A worthy
that's a
fight.
big bug.
And he had friends that were full of bugs. There were a lot of bugs. I think they were red. Not the same bugs. God, no wonder he survived. He didn't fight the real bugs.
Well, I guess that makes sense.
So now we have a problem with the bug creature. Do you know what these are? And describe them to Ash, because he's somewhat learned. Maybe he knows what they are.
Yeah, would I have heard of these?
You deal in some weird shenanigans in the lower parts of Sharn. So yeah, you at least know there are creatures that are intelligent insectoids that can either devour or they don't generally attack people like this, but you do know they exist. Are you guys actually, are you describing to him what happened, Kasimir, with the whole body peeling and jumping out in surprise mode?
Yeah, and the thing that he touched to open it up and laying it all out there.
Okay.
Even pantomiming a bit of it with Axiom's help. We did a pretty good acting routine last time.
Multiple arms and did this.
Yeah, sure. Thought my dog was coming. I guess not. All right. Yeah, so you do understand that that's a roach thrall. You have heard of those before. They're fairly unique, fairly standoffish. They don't really do too much in the way of, as far as you understand it. They could be a problem, but you've never heard of an infestation where there was one and then all of these other creatures they're describing, much less other creatures filled with these weird kind of beetle things.
Well, this makes sense. I mean, for all we know, the professor could be one of these roach thralls. I mean, Vane could be one of these roach thralls.
Oh my God,
I don't know.
She could be.
She's rather compact, don't you? That would be hard to squeeze inside such a small package.
Maybe it's a larva.
Oh,
in
that's
her.
true.
It's 2 gnomes inside of the roach thrall.
Ah!
We need to burn our shop down.
He's just standing there with a torch. Where did you get that? So we can't talk to her. I don't know what happened with that thing that I touched and why it was inside there. Who owned that warehouse?
Well, that's the curious part. You don't actually know.
So the article didn't say?
I can pull the article back up.
We need to
I don't
speak
remember.
with that gnome of the dark lanterns. He knows what's going on. We need answers.
I'll pull that up for you guys. It should be coming up now. I have a lot of fear. I'm going to be using it. Don't you worry. Do we lose everybody?
Okay, so
No,
it's just tied to Dragon
All right.
Shard smuggling.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was
You guys
already
had
under Quiet Watch interest. Okay.
Yeah.
I think this race of the 8 wins. I think this could be part of what's going on. If these roach thralls are taking over humans and have something going on, this would be a perfect opportunity for them to coordinate some kind of a massive event.
Well, what's our next step then? What do we do? We can't talk to the professor.
I am not a great thinker. But the dwarf, he knows more. Not you, the other dwarf. And you
What
know
other
him,
dwarf?
do you not?
I think Vane had a little more connection with him, didn't he?
I
No.
wonder if it was Vane or if
Or was that
Ash.
Ash?
I thought it was Ash.
It was Ash? Okay.
Yeah, I knew. Yeah.
Could you
So then,
reach
yes.
out and get
Rotate the
information?
eyes.
Yeah. Do I have any way of contacting the Dark Lantern operative?
Probably not.
Yeah.
They operate under. They find you. You don't find them.
Yeah.
It's not exactly. No, you can't go around Sharn or a Dark Lantern office and ask about, one of their agents who's operating out in the field right now.
Do they not have a secret clock like we do?
Well, I guess it answers the question if Axiom knows the clock system.
Axiom knows. He's not a total idiot. He's seen y'all mess with it.
They keep correcting the time from the innkeeper when clearly it's not correct.
How soon is this Race of the Eight Winds going to take place?
It's not for a while, but tickets will go on sale very early. Yeah.
All right.
There's always good ads to throw in there.
The other option is this colored stone that was found. This might be something we could try to track down. If someone lost this stone, perhaps they're connected to this greater conspiracy. We could go try to pose as the owners.
Do we know what color the stone was?
Well, I'm thinking I could use my telepathic abilities to try to, because they want a description, but perhaps I could read one of the Civis gnomes' minds to get a close enough to describe it to him.
Goofy enough that I think maybe it's not a bad idea.
We will trust in the silver flame to guide us. We are going to need the help.
If you want to go do that, let's go do that while we wait for her to cool off.
All right. So,
it's not hot.
we're going to make our way to the house Civis office then.
So you're going one of the communique stations?
Yeah.
Oh, outstanding. So what do you three understand about House Civis, besides they allow communications basically across the world? Is there anything else that you three happen to know about House Civis?
I think they also might operate somewhat as a clandestine espionage operation.
Why would you think that? You have the character for it. You have the background.
Yeah, well, because the work, the associates with the Dark Lantern, so there's a certain awareness of other intelligence agencies and espionage, and people behind the scenes. He's kind of been involved with.
Sure, there's always those whispers. Kasimir, have you ever been to Zilargo?
No, I mean, he was never far from it because he traded. He probably went all the way down to Stern Gate and the Deep Mine and stuff like that, but he never did much there because it was mostly just trading and going with other people when they had to get things. Okay, awesome. And Axiom, what do you know about the dragonmarked house at all, if anything?
Very little. Might have heard them mention once or twice with communications being sent, but nothing beyond the most basic. They help you talk to different people kind of thing. The most basic knowledge.
Okay.
Wasn't really something I was schooled on.
Okay. Fair enough. So entering the Civis Communications office, it's a little hectic. There are several lines that are peeled out. There's any number of types of customers here. Assuming you're going to try to head to one, are you trying to head to one in Lower Plateau, or the lower city, or the middle city, or the upper city, which is where the real money is? Where do you guys want to head?
I'm thinking the lower city. It might be easier to the more skilled operatives probably operate higher up, so this might be like the easier ones to dupe or to
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's been 12 hours. I'm sure that the heat has died down. We were fine going down there.
I'm sure we don't fit the description of the people they're looking for.
No,
We need
not
to
at
give you
all.
a hat.
Not at all. You should all have ownership of that newspaper article that was written presumptively about the four of you. Yeah, so if you're heading to Lower City, this is a lot like walking into the world's largest angry shit show. There's going to be lines coming out the door where they have they have an expedited line, and they have another singular line going in for normal business transactions. There's a prepared message pickup. There's another line that goes into this little station. There's only a handful of gnomes working here. It does carry the mark of scribing along the actual entranceway to this place, indicating that it is a no-kidding dragon-marked enclave for House Civis here. Well, not an enclave, but it's part of their business practices on their courier service, or their telecommunications service. And so that's what you're dealing with walking into it. You've already got at least 30 to 40 just people, just in general, from all walks of life, all species are crowded in these lines waiting to get in here to either send, pick up, or initiate some new transaction from House Civis. And as always, there's the watchful eye of at least one gnome who may or may not be dragon marked in House Civis, but is always absolutely going to be a gnome. What do you three want to do? How are you approaching this?
Look, bureaucracy.
Can we trust any gnomes, or have they all been compromised?
I don't think they've all been compromised. I'm gonna walk up there and I'm gonna say yes. I'm inquiring about the lost stone that was advertised.
Are you breaking? Are you breaking through the line? You just walking straight in?
Oh, how long is the line? Is it like?
Oh, it's probably going to be 30 minutes at least.
Oh.
And there are people in there they got their children with them. Some of them have animals, and other people don't want the animals there. Imagine your best day at the DMV.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what you're dealing with.
Okay. I'll cut in line. I'll just adopt an air of authority and just kind of walk past.
Well, that starts a shit show. You begin to hear, the two of you can hear the rumbling start. There's a few people down further in the line that are like, who the hell does he think he is? What's this? Who the hell is that? And then closer up, Ash, you understand that there are people that are very upset with you. There are a couple of people who they want to turn their animals on you, if at all possible. There's kids now asking questions about you. One little girl asks, like, Mom, why does he look so funny, Mama? His eyes are so big. And then that's when the gnome, who is the watch station supervisor, he stops you, and he's 3 feet tall, and he says, "Hold on. Where are you going? There's a line. Back out."
This is official business. We have authoritarian presence here. I'm inquiring about a matter of national security.
Well. That sounds like you're trying to lie to him.
Yeah, pretty much.
Let's have it.
Kasimir's just eating a bag of pork rinds right now, just watching us from the back by the door.
I'm over there by him, and I'm like, this might be trouble.
What are they going to do to him? They're really short.
People in line, they seem angry.
Yeah, Axiom, this is really weird. Like, all species are really upset at this. This is amazing.
I have learned you should not cut lines. It is a great offense to humans.
All right. Ash, a presence roll, please.
All right.
I did learn something very important today.
People love bureaucracy.
Watch Kalistar get his ass beat to death.
Oh no. No.
Hey, welcome to all of our rolls last session.
Oh yes.
Yeah. You just filled the fear bar up. So outstanding. So I'm going to blow. Well, that's taken out of context. I'm going to spend a fear. To spend a fear. And Axiom and Kasimir, the guard steps in front of you, and he holds his hand out again, and he says, I said, get back as his left hand drops down to a small blade at its left side. Little hand wraps around it, and you realize it's a recurve blade. It's a dagger, but it's carried into this weird position where it would come up and out into a fighting format if necessary. The people around you, Ash, they begin to turn up the volume, and they are taking their ratchetness up to 11. And you begin to feel hands go on you as people begin to push you, and they are screaming at you. The gnomes have ceased working, the scribes themselves. There's one standing, had his back to you, and turns and looks away from the sending stone that he was working on, and he was like, reaches over and pushes something down on the desk, and it drops a transparent wall, slams down between the gnome scribes and the rest of the crowd. The guard turns and looks, and he takes a step back. His hand goes down. The blade begins to come out.
There is no need for violence. I will get my friend.
I'm going to burn one more fear.
Oh, never mind. He burned him fear.
He steps back, and Axiom, you're the more fun one to mess with. Axiom, do you remember when you were trying to skulk around the little warehouse and it was all fun and games until you realized you didn't know what you were doing? You're sort of just mud stomping your way around while everyone else was trying to fly around the tower and carry a rope up. Yeah, you remember the good old times. Remember I told you things would come back to haunt you at some point because you weren't really paying attention. You were just, I don't know how Warforged get scatterbrained.
I was like a cat. No one saw me, I swear. Clump, clump, clump.
There is, you feel like a wrapping on the metal plating of your left thigh. And what do you do?
I look to see what is doing it.
There is a
look down.
There's a figure. It has a cloak on, no hood up, but there's a cloak dressed in leathers of some kind. Looks female, and she is rapidly making her way away from you through the crowd. Takes one pause and looks back, shakes her head, and begins continuing moving away from the crowd and away from the violence that's about to ensue.
Did she take anything of mine? I look. Do I have my weapons?
Nothing you think is missing. No, everything seems to be here.
Something's up with that one. I'm going to try to follow, but there's a lot of people. I'm not sure how well I can follow in this crowd.
There's a lot of people. It's okay. I'm trying to follow. It's going to be a little challenging, just because I like to see you guys roll and hopefully generate some hope for yourselves. How are you trying to follow her? Are you looking over the kind of through the crowd and trying to navigate your best way instinctively? Are you doing the mi scusi as you move through the crowd, or are you just Robot Man walking your way through the crowd and the vendors on this crowded skyway?
Robot Man walking my way through, but not trying to hurt anyone or break anything. But definitely I am anticipating my size and my presence to kind of help split the path as I walk.
Awesome.
It's always worked for me on the battlefield.
Let's roll with strength as you're just sort of parting the sea of lessers.
I'm going to use my +1 from my one prayer dice, just so a little bit of an advantage here. I'll leave me my 3
just roll high. Roll high. That's all.
All right. I thought I hit roll, but it didn't roll. Unless it's lagging. Let me try again. There we go. Jesus.
Oh my God.
Well, I have good news and bad news for you.
Yeah.
You begin making your way through the crowd, and at some point, you see where she's going, and it's like, okay. So do you want that news first, or do you want the really bad news first?
Let me get the really bad news first.
The really bad news first is you're moving along. You begin to that deadlock onto her, and you're like, "Ooh, warrior's instinct. I know where she's going. I just need to get around this." And you run slam into something that feels like a wall of flesh, and it does not move. And you turn casually, that look like, and there is this massive bugbear that is standing there. And you got those teeth jutted forward. Do you speak Goblin?
No.
No. So it didn't sound good. It didn't really sound pleasant. There's a little bit of drool coming off of him. The saliva hits some of your plating, and it's on your adamantium now. And he just pushes you.
He just pushes me.
He just pushes you.
I look at him dead in his eyes. There's no need to escalate this.
So, and you actually are looking up.
Oh, I
look
look
up. One of the few times in your life
right.
you're like, oh.
No need to escalate this, my furry friend.
All right. Gentlemen, what about the two of you?
Kasimir's doing this.
Do you realize Axiom is gone at this point?
No, he is totally focused on Ash and just trying to eat the rest of his pork rinds before they get crashed or smushed or something. He loses them in the fight. He's like
a man with priorities.
I'm just saying, he's engrossed. It's not like Ash is the most manliest of creatures on Earth. Ash, what are you doing? This has gone sideways rapidly.
I'm gonna mark as stress, and I'm gonna. Okay. I have this my whip. I'm gonna crack my whip to force all. I'm gonna deem all these people potential adversaries. All adversaries in melee range back to close range. So give myself a little breathing room, and I'm gonna try to look for the nearest exit and get out of here.
Okay. So you're gonna. Kaz, lo, behold, the top of the peak entertainment, and you realize that Ash has brought that spiked bullwhip thing out that he carries, and he does a crack, and the crowd begins backing away from him, closing around the entrance to this place, what's left of it. The gnome guard, he looks at you, he backs away as well, and he tells you, get the hell away. And are you backing up towards Kasimir then at this point, Ash?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Kasimir is basically, he's just like got his pork rinds in the one hand. He just pulls his arm out because there's a gnome lady with her baby here. He kind of moves her back, and he with his other foot just kind of nudges the door open, like, we should just let him leave. Offers her a pork rind while he's holding her back.
No, that's let's throw fear out. The crowd is getting maniacal. To the point where people were like, "How do you take this shit?" And they're starting to knock any paperwork off of the stands that are in here. The things they could have been filling out, those forms are flying everywhere. The gnomes have retreated back from the glass itself. Another one, you see him. He's in a panic and running around in circles, and he's touching all kinds of shit on the walls. The guard that Ash originally had come up against and now has visibly threatened with a bullwhip, he begins blowing on a whistle, and that whistle response is answered just out and down to your right by the city watch, indicating that there is well, Ash, you're familiar with this. This is not so much that there's a problem. This is the whistle blows from a dragonmarked house, and they carry a different pitch range. And those pitch ranges, they're enchanted with they're part of a dragon shard item, and that is carrying to the watch, which indicates that there is an attack on an actual attack on a dragon-marked facility inside of the city. It's tantamount to a terror attack, is really what this amounts to. Yes, exactly. DMV daily.
I guess the dwarf is okay. He's eating pork.
What are you two doing before I head back to?
I'm waiting to see what the bugbear does. I'm not going to escalate unless he escalates.
I'm just holding the door open with my foot, trying to
you guys
act
can
like
leave.
I was here. Well, I was trying to send a message to my mom in Chrono Peak, obviously, and I'm just holding the door open kind of nonchalantly, hoping he runs out of here so we can leave. But if he doesn't make a move towards the door, I'm just going to say, hand the lady with her kid the pork rinds, like, I can send a message to my mother tomorrow. and then head out.
Yeah, I'm headed towards the door for sure.
I would be backing up if the bugbear doesn't escalate things. I'm ready to fight if he brings it on, but I'm not going to escalate.
All right. Outstanding. So you two are leaving. The bugbear, you back up one step and he starts to move towards you one step, and then that shrill whistle goes off and all heads turn towards that like, oh, and the crowd slowly begins to make some of its way out of the market, and they're standing and staring, looking over. Everyone's convincing about what possibly is going on. There are more whistles around this area, this neighborhood that you're currently standing in, are now starting to go off, and there is going to be a massive presence of the watch at some point. Even you, Axiom, in your limited time running around Sharn with your fellow compatriots, understand that this is going to get bad. And as if right on cue for these two moving out of there, here comes a series of sky skiffs that are coming down. They look like, it's basically like a massive rowboat that has elemental energy carrying and transporting it. They come swooping down, and they are pulling straight into the front of that Civis office as you two are backing up. The crowd is beginning to, they're pointing at you more or less, the two of you. Some of them are kind of pushing each other. Not you. You're at a safe distance away. But yes, the city watch is unloading from these skiffs, and all traffic is now stopped. There's no more foot traffic going on. They're setting up a cordon. They're trying to figure out what's going on. People are yelling at them. They're yelling back. They're telling people to shut up before I make you shut up. Chaos is beginning to reign supreme. Now, the bugbear is ignoring you for the most part. Axiom, what do you want to do?
I would make my way out. I have no qualms with him. I bumped into him. Okay. I'm not looking to just kill a man for a misunderstanding. I'm not a mindless murderer.
That's a ballsy statement. Anymore, yeah.
Anymore, you know. But I must say, he is of all the creatures I've met, he is a very handsome species.
I don't know if you're able to make that designation, but I will give you the good news. So the place where that person went into is one of the rumpled princesses.
I will tell the dwarf.
Are you making your way back
to
your team?
Back to my team.
All right. Now, Ash, Kasimir, all this is happening. You two have a clear chance to get the hell out of Dodge, or you can stay there and try to explain yourselves. What do you two want to do?
I'm going to wander off somewhere where I can be another dwarf in the crowd. Oh, look.
Easy enough. And Ash, what are you up to, my friend?
Yeah, I'm one of those officers or one of those people on the sky skiffs that's coming. One of the ones closest to me. I've got psychic talent, so I can project a minor, simple sensory impression to the mind of a creature.
Okay.
So I'm gonna project a static image of someone like holding like an explosive-looking device near the front door, and I'm gonna go the opposite way.
There's this glowing dragonmarked device with other dragon marks hooked to, or not dragon mark, but a dragon shard, the charged dragon shard item. Simple enough, and you begin moving. Neither one of you really knows where Axiom got off to at this point. So, where are you heading, Kasimir?
Well, we need to get a drink. So probably going to find the nearest whatever there is to get a drink. And then after we get out of the street and have a drink, going to probably have to go regroup at the workshop, since that's where we know the last clock was set.
All right, awesome. Easy enough. So the nearest place, the most recognizable is, of course, the Rumpled Princess. And in fact, it's just like, oh my God, this is the actual Rumpled Princess that, the area we're in the lower plateau area, but this is one of the more notorious Rumpled Princesses. You've definitely been here before.
Is it the first one in this area? It's like the ones they do in Chicago where they do Unos and Duets. It's just like, this is Rumple Princess #1 down here. It's
right. Cool. Yes, they have the whole thing. When was the last time you were in this Rumple Princess, and why have you not been back in a while?
It's probably been months, mostly because he more than likely got a bit too tipsy and started to try to rumple some princesses.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Wait till we'll come back to you in a second. Ash, where are you heading?
Yeah, well, if I see a rumpled princess, I would go there too if I notice that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sure, easy enough. Look at you guys becoming a well-oiled team. Outstanding. And Axiom. You are standing in front of the Rumble Princess. You understand where the person went. You clearly saw. So you had your little encounter. What are you going to do about it?
I was originally going to look for my dwarven friend, but I'm going to follow her in. Why not?
All right, outstanding.
Make it nice and easy for everybody.
Sure. There you go. Man, you enter into the Rumble Princess. It's crowded. It's like a lunchish crowd. So there's quite a few patrons that are in here either taking a break from their actual work or ditching out on their work, or just trying to relax and be mellow in the misery that is living in, piss pot areas of Sharn, meaning the lower plateau, where it is always raining, as I told you, but you're not always sure that it's rain and not gray water, or worse, it comes in. You enter in, Axiom, and through sort of the crowd, you're able to see mostly of what's happening. You're pretty sure you catch a glimpse of the figure you're looking for. And she has done her best to push herself as far up against the wall / the edge of the bar as possible. And she has her head down, and she has this mousy brown hair that is in sort of a state of dishevelment from the water and the humidity that's down here in the lower areas. And she's holding a cup of some sort, and only once glances up to make eye contact with you, and then quickly puts her head back down.
I make my way through the crowd to where she's at.
All right, outstanding.
And as I approach, can I buy you a drink? I learned this from these guys.
Oh, without her head comes up and like, buy me a drink. What do you think this is? This isn't Lazar. What are you doing? Get away from me.
I wish to speak with you. It is customary to buy a drink if you wish to speak with a woman. Yes?
Kasimir, you come in and you clearly see Axiom's frame. There's a few other Warforged in here, which is really weird because they don't eat or drink, to be honest. But they're in here. They're doing whatever the hell Warforged may get up to. But you do see your Warforged, and he's in the corner, and he looks like he's cornered a woman. And she looks very put out, and he looks like he has a semi-aggressive stance. Standing there talking to her. He's stiff. He's a Warforged, so it's not like he has any fluidity of body language. It's just one body language of like, I am here. However, she looks very irritated, if you will, as you enter in this place, Kaz.
Immediately just nod over to the bartender, whoever it is, just kind of make his way across very purposely, go over and ting, ting, ting. Axiom's hip on the other side and grab his hand. Let's leave the nice lady alone.
Trying to buy her a drink.
At that, he stops. He just looks at her, looks at Axiom. Oh, did I interrupt the date?
She was acting suspicious after touching me. I wish to know why.
Ash!
He's just going to look at the lady and just give her a wink.
Yes. All the subtext was intended.
Ash, you come into this place finally, and you do see your two compatriots, and they are both seem to be talking to a woman that is up against the corner and is just really does not look interested in speaking to either one of them. And she continues to look out and around, almost begging for help at this point.
I'm gonna reach out to her telepathically and say, I have been sent here to assist you.
Is there any indication of direction or like context that's you when you do this?
Yeah, I think there's some. I think she has a sense of that's coming from me.
Okay. All right. Kaz, her head snaps and she looks through you two, and she is staring dead back towards the door. Kaz, when you were talking to her and trying to smooth over whatever the hell Axiom has gotten himself into, you do notice that when she has a drink in her hand and she's like, she wants to put the drink down, her fingertips are stained with like blue or black ink. Just on the one hand and only a couple of fingers.
Sorry, there we go. I'm not.
There you
now,
go.
we saw that on someone before, didn't we? Or was that? I'm trying to remember if I'm conflating something from another campaign I was in.
I don't know.
Because that sounds really familiar. But would that be familiar to Kasimir at all?
Oh man, as an artificer, no. There's any number of ways of having the fingertips stain like that, and kind of it's not just the tips; it's sort of parts of the fingers. You're not stupid, so yeah, it's possible that she could be a scribe or a courier of some kind. That is highly possible because that would explain.
I kind of thought it put me in mind of the professor because she would often have ink all over.
That is absolutely where you've seen it before, Maladias.
And he's just going to kind of, and then still keep trying to lead Axiom away to give her space. It's like, he's just going to look up at him and say, a lot of ink on her hands.
Okay.
And just pat him again. Oh, potato. And then just lead him over to another part of the room.
All
right. I'm going to spend fear.
If you want a drink, you know where we'll be.
She said,
I let him lead me away.
All right. She said, get away. Thank God. And Ash, you hear her think like, who the hell are you? I don't need your help. You guys are blowing it. And then off another part of the bar, you hear, leave her the fuck alone.
I'll look over to that voice.
It is, it's a table full of mixed company. There's a dwarf, a gnome, an elf, a human. There's a damn goblin. There's looks like maybe a gnoll hanging out with him, which, it's Sharn. It takes all kinds of people to function together in a place like this, especially in the lower area that you're at right now. You're not 100% sure. The gnolls are the prettiest of people. You're not 100% sure they were directing that comment towards your dudes because they are now moving out of the way. And she has taken upon herself, and she is moving in a beeline towards you, Ash.
All right. Yeah. Well, I'll like wait for her, like to see, right, if she wants to, like, I'm going to assume that she wants to get out of here, so I will like kind of try to facilitate that, like kind of run cover for her.
All right, easy enough. And you two are moving off to the side. Kaz, you said you're dragging Axiom out of the way, or at least another part of the bar. It's a little, like I said, it's crowded in here. And then you two do hear someone say what they said. What are you two? Are you guys responding to that, or?
So were they yelling at us?
Not 100% sure. There's a lot.
Okay.
There's a lot going on in here, to be honest.
And look at Axiom. They might not be threatening us. Maybe.
I will follow your lead.
Just move off to the side and just kind of stand there and look. Have we seen Ash now?
Yes, yeah, you can see Ash standing there, and she looks like she's closed the distance on Ash. And as you're watching her close the distance, she looks up at Ash and like shoulder shrugs past him. Ash, and she passes you, Ash. She says, "Leave me alone. You're going to ruin everything." And begins making her way past Ash. Back over to you guys.
Ah, okay. Just act nonchalant, like Jane Silent Bob up against the wall.
I mimic everything he does. I put my arm off it. Nothing to see here.
Outstanding. War. You don't have to do you can do the goodbye horses dance without even tucking. That's perfect.
He's working on that for me next.
Ash, she blows past you and says what she says to you, and she's making her way towards the door.
All right. I'm gonna try to like not immediately. I'm gonna try to. My plan is to follow her, but not like immediately. Like try to like wait till she's out the door, but
all right,
nonchalantly,
Okay. She is breaking the threshold of the door and heading back out into she's exiting the tower where the little bar would be located. She's broken the threshold there, and she's breaking the threshold of going back outside the tower to go back onto the sky bridge itself.
Can I spend a hope to like, since we had that mind link, to kind of almost like put like a psychic tracker on her so I can have like a general sense of her location?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you sure can.
All right. I'll do that, and then I'll let her go and kind of like. I see that Kasimir and Axiom are here, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll kind of like try to subtly nod in their direction and look nonchalant.
As nonchalant as possible. There are no other Kalishtar in here. You know your people by look. Everyone knows your people by look. You guys are a little weird looking, but it can't be helped. But there are no other Kalishtar in here, so you're kind of you're standing out, and you might be standing out a little too much for your own taste, given how some of the folks are starting to side eye you. But you have made yourself known in this lower Dura area, or the lower city itself. So how comfortable are you being like a lone Kalishtar in places like this?
Not great, not great. I start to like think about. I'm looking at the door and starting to like move towards the door.
All right. Okay. Kaz, Axiom, presumably Axiom, you're watching Kaz, so I assume whenever Kaz does, you're going to pay attention.
Following his lead in this situation.
And Kaz, you definitely see Ash notices you. He acknowledges you to that slight degree, but you realize that his Kalishtar body language has shifted ever so slightly, and he begins to move towards the door as the lady moves past him and back out in the streets of Sharn itself. But he just doesn't. He looks. Do you look queasy? Is that a fair descriptor, Ash?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Queasy, uneasy. I guess queasy means sickly, but maybe not sickly. Just nervous, a little bit of Kalishtar sweat. Apprehensive. Yeah. There you go. All right. So, gentlemen, you guys have it. I will let you be for a moment until I decide to throw fear.
We'll wait for about 30 seconds, and then I'm just gonna nudge him with my elbow and say, "Okay, time to go."
Okay, time to go.
And then wander around out, figure out why he looked so queasy and what in the world she was doing that we were interrupting and making so bad.
Outstanding.
She rubbed my leg and then ran.
Look at his leg there. Anything unusual about his leg?
Right there.
No, nothing unusual about his leg. He's just a little weird of a commentary by a Warforged. It takes all kinds, you suppose, but
she might have just bumped you.
I don't know. It seemed like more than that. I've been hanging around humanoids too long.
She tried to pull my hair. You do, the two of you exit out. You do see Ash. It's not like he's hiding from you, but there's like I said, a degree of, you realize Ash may be a little, I don't know, a little over his head sometimes in the places that he gets up to.
She wants an adamantium daddy. I do not say that.
I mutter it.
Very disturbed.
Ash, you do know where
Yeah.
she's going. You have that psychic link, so you can maintain that distance at far range if you want to continue making your way.
Yeah, so I'll gesture to Kasimir and Axiom and start to kind of slowly follow her and like if they catch up to me, like let them know what's happening.
Yeah, we'll follow the lead. He's doing something.
All right.
She'll get that drink.
Jesus Christ, that sounds terrible, actually, out of context. My God. Like, Axiom's going to join a fraternity next.
He has no concept of what sounds inappropriate.
Jesus. All right. You're tracking her. I want to throw fear out for this. Just going to keep her distance keeps extending out, and you manage to snap up to her. It's a little bit of rubber banding action going on. She eventually gets to one of the lifts and takes the lift out of the lower area of the city itself, out of the lower plateau. And she makes her way up. She's crossing over some of the sky bridges. You guys are continually following her. Are you just going to continue to follow her to see what she's up to and where she's going? Or are you going to try to interrupt her at some point?
I'm gonna check in with Kasimir and say, okay, what's the scoop here?
That's a great question. She touched him. Went
He
into the
touched
bar.
my leg and then ran
tried to
off.
buy her a drink. People got mad. Now we're following her.
Yes.
She keeps saying that we're going to ruin something, or we're ruining everything. So yes, by all means, let's continue to ruin things.
I just
Yeah.
wished to speak with her, and I thought a drink would smooth things over.
Well, with
I've
that whole
seen it's worked
description,
for
it
you.
sounds like you guys are about to end up on patrol live at some point. Oh, man. All right. Go ahead.
At least we're getting out of the lower district. That was getting old.
You are. You're back up in
Out there.
the middle plateau there. And ironically enough, the use of the term, what's the scoop here, it pans out to be the perfect term to use, because her ultimate destination is she crosses into one of the towers, and that tower is marked with a series of signs and plates and what's inside. And one of those signs clearly reads, the Sharn Inquisitive. Oh, no. What's the matter? What was that for?
She's on the story. She's breaking the story. I knew it. This thing runs deep.
What is
one of
the
those-
story?
She's one of those intrepid reporters that's gotten in over her head. She needs our help, clearly. Good instinct, Axiom. I'm surprised, but that was a good instinct.
You know,
You guys are
I've
still
learned some
functioning.
things from hanging out with the rest of you.
Yeah. Well done.
Woman touches your leg, you chase her. Yeah.
I don't know how that works either.
I want to call these all crazy leaps of logic, but I don't know if there's any logic involved.
Yeah. You built these things.
I'm only like 12. Give me a break.
That's a true statement. It's a true statement. You're trying to figure your way out. You're trying to be normal.
That's right.
Normal. You just come
Just
off
hang
as
out
weird
with a
and
bunch of
creepy.
weirdos, so if I'm acting like a weirdo, I can't help it.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Hey, you hang out with a weird dude who talks to himself, and you hang out with a semi-grumpy drunk dwarf, and you hang out with, Vane.
Yeah.
Who's
Holier
always
than
going-
thou.
Right, yeah,
Liar.
going on about the houses. You might be the worst. You might be the most depressing warforged in all of Sharn.
I'll t-
So that's what
I'm God.
So we have her. She's going into the Sharn Inquisitive, which there's only a few reasons, very, very correctly assumed, Ash, that she will be heading into the Sharn Inquisitive.
Yeah. All right. So, and is it like a public kind of a
Yeah,
main
it's a public.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna follow her. So I'm gonna risk being seen just so I can see where she goes inside. I don't want to lose her
Okay.
inside the building.
Easy enough. It's a little hustle and bustle in here, but yeah, she crosses the threshold. She enters in and goes past the service desk, where you can pick up your weekly subscription of the Sharn Inquisitive for only a single Galifar delivered every school, if you so choose. Very good prices. They have a lot of ads that are running right now. They have ad rates. There's a few people who are trying to get your attention, but mostly in the bullpen behind that desk is you see a handful of reporters or staff that are sitting down. They're going through the things. They have their desks loaded with either backstacks of the Sharn Inquisitive. They also have other folds from the Aundare has its own rag. Brayland has its own rag. Carnath publishes a little weird, journal, if you imagine, like a zine, basically, because Carnath is very gothy in how they do everything. So they have to be the off kilter. Where Aundare has a very elegant newspapers that are actually there, and they have a little bit of animated magic to them. If you think of the Harry Potter universe when it comes to Aundare's publications, and she sits down immediately at the desk, and she takes her cloak down and drapes it over, just kind of goes to drape it over the side of the desk or a chair, and it just kind of collapses to the floor. And she takes out her quills and she begins making some notes. And apparently it looks like she works there.
Gonna hold out his small hands in front of the two of them and look around quickly. Is there a line?
No real lines in here, because this is
He's just gonna
mostly
stop.
a business.
Okay, we don't want to repeat in that other office.
I would never take someone's place in a line. It is a grave offense, I've learned.
You're not wrong.
That's fair.
So now that we've tracked her here to her place of business, we've already ruined everything, or are we now going to ruin everything more?
I'm going to approach her and I'm going to say I'd like to place a classified ad.
So you're gonna walk. You gotta go through the service desk into the bullpen area.
Oh, that's kind of like the.
Yeah. She's behind that service desk area where it's an open. It's a very progressive office. It's a very open design. They want everyone to feel warm and welcomed.
You need a distraction.
No, I'll just approach like the main desk. Then I'll just approach one of the clerks.
I could see if they're hiring a paper boy. God, he's like the great and powerful Oz. There's no one there but we hear the voice. It's kind of cool.
Well, what I know of it is like a legitimate, widely circulated newspaper, but that it also is used by different intelligence agencies to pass messages through through advertisements. Oh, Scott.
So you're working your way through. I'm going to stay back out here.
As am I. I'm not going to get involved in what just happened in the previous place.
There we go. Are we still okay? Oh, come on, girl. Border collie on deck. All right. So that's what you do. Outstanding. Yes, I'm here. Sorry to let the dog in real fast and find what she was doing. Yes. So you have this presumption that there are coded messages passed through the Inquisitive. We'll talk about that a little bit later about why you would assume that it's done through the Inquisitive and not through the other sources, I guess, why they would choose this one. Outstanding. So what is your approach going to be for this? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm trying to place a message but loud enough that she can overhear me, right? Basically trying to
okay.
And if she's if I'm correct that that she's involved, like trying to send a message to meet us.
What are you saying? Let's cut to the chase. What are you actually? Yeah. What words are you using to do this?
Well,
and
it's
how
like
loud are you speaking?
I'm kind of pretending like I'm kind of like that I got like a bit of a congestion and a cough, and my voice is a little hoarse, so I'm having to speak up, like I'm having to force myself to be heard. So kind of like a little like a theatrical, trying to throw my voice, but under the guise that I'm having trouble speaking up. And
okay.
And I'm placing an ad for a lost like black dog, but like it's kind of a it's like a common used like rendezvous code, like
okay.
Lost black dog, last seen, and the coordinates of like of a place in the mid city,
Okay.
And
Are you giving the dog a name? Are you using a name or a term that might get attention? What are you using? Go ahead.
Flint, Flint, a scruffy black dog with missing patches of hair.
Outstanding. Let's leave this up to chance, because this is actually enjoyable. You can use presence or instinct on this. Go ahead and roll.
Okay, I'll do presence then.
Let's see.
Oh my god. Oh, come on.
Oh my
kidding
god.
Me. You gotta be kidding me. This is like horrible.
That is terrible. Oh my god. Okay, so thank you for the fear.
Wait.
You're doing this.
Wait. It says I can use prayer dice after the roll is made.
Yep. Yes.
So if I give him 3, that would give him a 5 on the hope, which would be a 5 and a 5.
No. That's not how it works.
All right, never mind.
To the total. To the total.
To the total, not to one die.
Yeah,
all right.
Never
mind. I was trying to help you out.
That was a good. That would have been great.
That would have been great.
It was worth a shot.
It's fine. Man, it is going sideways very fast. The folks in here that are trying to do business with you, they're like, are you serious? No one gives it. It's a dog. Who cares? At this point, the kobolds probably have skewered it and served it to you as you've been running around the city. And it's a little bit of irritation. Kaz, you realize like you're watching you're watching the sky skiff that is Ash, and his personality and his ability to lie and manipulate just plummet. And he is nosediving rapidly in here, and he's starting to piss off the clerks, just kind of like he did with the House Civis. Except worse, this is a newspaper.
Yeah, Cass is just gonna. Okay. Buddy, you're too drunk to be out on the street. You're too drunk to be in here. Come on, and he's gonna go like he's trying to get his drunken friend out of here. Sorry, everybody. Sorry, and try to smooth it over.
Yeah, let's have a presence. Let's see you roll presence.
Best part is his presence is a -1.
You might get lucky. All you need to do is you can fail. You just need hope high.
Hold on. Can I give him advantage? Can I help? Can I
yes. How are you going to give him advantage? How are you giving advantage?
I'm gonna stumble because I have been acting horse, so I'm gonna shift from acting like I've got like a horse to more like I'm drunk. That try to play off as I'm drunk to like lead into the ruse. So I'll spend a hope.
Okay. All right.
And then I think just because we want to get him out of here without dying, I'm going to spend a hope and activate his chosen by fate, because this is not how he dies. He doesn't die he will never die in a newspaper room.
All right, fair enough. Mark, both of you, give yourself your experience on the roll as well as advantage. They'll give you the D6 from him helping you out.
Oops, I shouldn't have taken that off there. All right, boom. All right. Let's see what happens here with the horrible roll.
Here we go.
It's not as bad as it has been.
Wow, okay. Not bad. Still with fear, which is just super curious. I don't know if you guys have rolled with hope yet.
We haven't. We have not. We haven't.
I don't know what's going on.
This is insane. So the good news is he's like, just you bring someone in. You're on liquor. You want to run an ad about your lost dog? Go. This is a serious establishment. This is a serious.
He's been going on about this dog for the last 3 years. It's the anniversary. It's a horrible story. You don't want to know about it, and you're just gonna. It's okay. Shrimpy he's always gonna be in your memories. He's like, I don't remember what the name he says. He's just gonna be patting him on the back. And
that's what he said the dog's name was. Hey, you forgot. And then you guys just kind of drag yourselves out and extricate yourselves.
I look at Ash. I'm sorry about your dog.
You ever get the feeling that just one of those days every day.
It's just
Yeah.
Trying to get us into a lot of fights or something.
you guys are having a day. I'm gonna throw fear out.
She works.
I don't drink, but I feel like going to a bar.
Behind you, you hear, well. If it isn't 3 of the 4 ass clowns.
I turn to see who it is.
There is. It's a half orc dressed in the livery of the livery of the city watch, and there's a couple of watchmen that are with him, and it's like, so disturbance at a house at a Civis communication station. Well, that takes guts. Communication of a terroristic threat at one of the communication stations. Disruption and disorderly conduct at the Rumpled Princess. And now you're being thrown out of one of the Inquisitive. I don't even know where to begin with the level of day that you have put all of us through. Where is your 4th? Because we know you have a 4th. We've had our eyes on you for a while. In fact,
1, we
why don't you
left
just come
here
with
by
us?
choice. 2, I have no ass. And 3, I am not a clown.
False. I am not a member of House Fjarlin. I am not a clown. You 3 are causing trouble.
We are causing trouble in the greater scheme of preventing trouble. You see, Vane is missing, and this whole thing has been tracking him down. We believe he's been abducted. And where are you doing? And how are you doing your job tracking him down? Instead of harassing us, you're trying to find a missing House Orion diplomat.
He's a diplomat now from House Orion. Is that so? He's bears a dragon mark from the house, and the house has filed no missing persons. That's really weird. I wonder if they actually miss him.
We are guided by the silver flame for a greater good, and we seek to help this city, and you would be wise not stand in our way.
That is...
Kaz is like, just thinking, I would really, 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 really like a drink right now.
I thought you were going to say, I really, really need to get better friends.
Oh, no, you just need to drink. Friends are fun.
When you say that he should not get in your way, I'm going to go ahead and do the honorable thing. I will throw fear out. And that stops him. His hand goes down and grabs the buckle of his sword belt. And he looks to his right, looks to his left. He's got 6 comrades with him. Like, listen here, person. You can come with us peacefully, or you can just stomp your ass into a scrap of more useful pieces than you currently are in. Yeah, see, I serve in the front line with your kind. You're traitorous at best.
I'm sure you hid behind us as we did all the work.
Ash! Kaz! Any last words?
Kaz is trying not to laugh, and he's just like, he's just gonna look at the 2 of them and go, hold his hands out. Well, bracelets?
I have not went for my weapon or anything, but
no, you haven't. No, you're being you. You're being you.
Me. And actually, this was the most honest he's probably been for his old life for a long time.
That is true.
Did hide behind us as we did.
And this is also not the first time that Kasimir's been arrested.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
why would it be?
He's just like,
your arms come up and out.
Yeah, he brings his arms up and out, and they can see the
marks.
apparatus and the marks.
Yeah, that kind of gives a few of them pause. You see 2 of them at least take a visible step back, and they look at each other, and 2 of them lean in to whisper, and you see one of them gesture towards your arm. And Ash, you can hear the word Sybaris be uttered by a couple of the guards that are talking about you people in general. Sort of an odd thing to throw out, since Sybaris is a big ring of sparkles that circles the planet, and it is also one of the dragon gods that was slain. So to mention that is a little odd. However, Ash, what else are you doing?
Well, I feel this loyalty towards Axiom. So if I'm kind of waiting to see if this is going to erupt into violence. I don't want to start it, but I don't want to back down either.
All right. Live up to the immortal words of "Don't start no shit, won't be no shit." Awesome. From behind, you hear a female voice. It says, "Oh, no. They're with me, and they were helping. They're helping with a story that I've been working on. It's okay. They don't actually mean anything. I just was using them as a little bit of a distraction, and things just get out of control. It's Sharn, and if what did you say your name was? You're a watch captain. That is fascinating. And there's just this moment of just compelling articulation as this female, she slides between you guys, and you realize it's a half elf. It's pretty apparent that she's a mixed ancestry. And she slides between the three of you, and she begins talking to the watch captain. And she's like, no. What I really wanted to work on was a piece about the underappreciated value that the Sharn watch actually brings. Look, especially here in the middle and the upper plateaus, we understand this is a very greatly underappreciated area. Everyone assumes crime stops at Lower Dora, but we all know crime is rapidly on the rise. And the Sharn watch, I hope they're doing their best to do this. And she just continues to prattle on with this. And the watch goes back and forth with her for a brief moment. She takes their names down. A couple of them decline, and like, nope, not in this. And she says, no, just I'll just look for the story. And then she turns back to you when the watch leaves, and she was like, all four of you, you owe me.
How about that drink?
She reaches the hand out. She reaches her hand out. She says, Kess. The name is Kess Tavlin. Yeah. Nice to meet you.
Well
Kasimir.
met, and finally too.
Hold up the hand, and as he takes the hand and shakes it, he just goes,
Kasimir.
Cherries.
Well, it's a subtle. Yeah, there's this concoction that you can get. It's just over the way. It's a house. It's House Galanda. They sort of put it up. It's one of their. But I don't really care, Kasimir. But the stories are true. Is that really a mark of Sybaris?
The what? This? I don't know.
Yes, your arm.
I've only got no idea.
The only time I've really seen it was dark. It was really hard to make it out. It was, And how's your knee, Ash?
It's still tender. It's like bruised and a little swollen. So I'm walking a little like stiffly on it.
What do the three of you want? And where's the other one? The agent of Dorian.
He went to go find something out. He's as excited as finding whatever that is out as, point over to these two, as they were in finding out what's going on with you.
I seek answers, though I do not know the question.
Nothing's going on with me. I just follow the story where it goes. And you four are the story. You're absolutely the story.
Can you tell us what the story is?
I mean, it's not every day that an airship slams into Morgrave University and practically burns one of the offices to the ground, and then flies away and has to be chased by the Sharn watch. Even the Sphinx got involved, and she was after this damn airship.
How did it get away then?
It's an airship. They're fast, and actually, there's probably more to that, but that's not really.
There's a conspiracy there. No,
that's only part of the story. You
Emerald Claw, they don't care about laws.
The Emerald Claw was involved. Thank you. Interesting. Do you guys mind if we sit down somewhere we could go right back to the stupid bar that you guys always go to if you want. I have a lot of questions.
Only if you
Especially
buy
about the
my
Emerald
dwarf
Claw.
friend here a drink.
Oh, that's not a problem. It'll be on the Shard Inquisitive anyway. It's all expenses from the business account. No,
Then by all means.
Yes, let us go somewhere
That's
I look around.
payment for my new sword.
So you need a new sword. Is there something wrong with your sword? I always have a question about this. Why would you always want to go? And she just continues to pester these little tiny pecking questions. You head back to the Rumpled Princess. There's definitely a spot that is opened for the four of you to sit down. And you walk in. Kaz, you get the feeling that she knows this place very well, and that she also knows the actual owner of this Rumpled Princess, because they are very, very quick to clear the spot out and to get you four seated down. Now, you were saying, real fast, Kasimir, you were an artificer in Syria, is that correct? During the war, that is.
Correct.
Oh, interesting. Did you work for House Cannith? Because I always find that fascinating that you would work for House Cannith, and yet you travel with someone from House Orion. I'm trying to put that one together.
I don't like the houses. They're just a bunch. Well, I don't like the houses. Whoever pays, that's fine.
No, that's fair. That's fair. And Ashen, you're a very tricky one to track down. Axiom, you not so much. You know you're registered with the City Watch as a living weapon.
That makes sense.
I would think it'd be slightly offensive, but if it makes sense, why would it make sense? And she takes a quill out and she sets a little dragon shard item down next to her, and she has her hand hovering over the top of it, and she's wearing a ring that covers her middle finger and the ring finger. It covers both of those fingers at one time, and it has some sigil work done in it, as well as a dragon shard. And she sets her hand down on top of the dragon shard item. Why would it make sense that you're a registered weapon?
He's answering this on the record.
I was built to kill.
I
am living.
Off the record.
You were built to kill. Off the record. Why would this be off the record? Axiom, do you want this off the record? Are you not a person of your own accord? You have your own identification. You see, Ash, he really doesn't care. So you were built to kill. Is that what your role was during the war? Were you one of the assassination warforged?
I was front line.
Oh, so you were just a marauder. Interesting.
Yes, and I killed many accounts.
Oh, was there dozens, or what would you say? What were your targets? Were they all? Would you consider them valid war targets, or where do you
all
operate?
Targets are
were you
valid
inside of
war.
Syria, or were you elsewhere?
I moved all over.
Oh.
I mainly went to fortified areas and temples.
Just keep drinking.
The last assignment before I was freed was the Temple of the Silver Flame, the temple that I now serve.
Wait, you attacked a Temple of the Silver Flame inside of Syria, or
where was it? I don't recall.
It was in Thrain. It was in Thrain proper.
It was in Thrain.
Wait, you crossed the border from Syria into Thrain and assaulted a temple. Were you with
where I was commanded to go? Yes.
You were following orders. That's worked out really well.
We killed most of that temple, but the main priest was my final target.
Why would you
die? I was freed.
What? But you were.
And now I
mean the order?
Follow him.
How? I'm very curious. Why would you kill? Why would you target? Why would you target priests of the flame? But you serve the silver flame, is from what I saw the other night.
I serve them.
And she pauses when she says that, and she stops writing.
When I was freed, I returned to that temple, and he did not judge me. He welcomed me, and I helped rebuild that which I tore down.
Everyone loves a redemption arc. And Ash, what did you do during the war? Because you're the one that I really can't pin down. Kaz, I get. I get it. He was an artificer. He was building murder machines. And then the murder machines were doing the murder machine job. And then the House Orion, well, it was quite clear that he was operating inside of Syria, even though he's not Syrian. I'm not really sure why he would have betrayed his nation. I know dragonmarked over nation, but he seems also pretty loyal to being Andarian. Very stereotypical. But you were the hardest one to figure out.
I was mostly working for House Kundarak as a vault breaker, testing out their security systems. So it wasn't, you know.
Is that because you can do? Can you work faster because you have the thing inside of you?
I mean, little brother doesn't refer to us as a thing. It's more of a relational thing. But you mentioned the Sphinx. Let's get back to the Sphinx. What have you heard about the Sphinx in relation to this airship attack?
The Sphinx. Oh, she watches over Sharn. How long? Surely you guys know that. She's one of the guardians of Sharn. She's taken it upon herself to ensure that everything stays a little above board. And when an airship is let loose quarrels or whatever the hell, there's like a giant quarrel. I don't know if it's like a big crossbow. And so she gave pursuit because that's what they do. The Griffins gave pursuit. Anyone who had access to a winged creature tried to pursue that airship, and then it just slipped away. It was fast. It's really fast. Yeah.
But I'm mostly interested in what any kind of visions she might have had prior to this.
Well, I don't know about that. I know that, after that, you four went down and burned the warehouse to the ground. What were you looking for in there?
We were looking for...
We were pest control.
Pest control. That is interesting. Does that explain the gnome?
Yes, the gnome. Have you, do you know about the gnome's whereabouts?
Well, he's dead.
Well, let's put dead in quotes. I was chasing him down the lower sewers not more than a day ago.
So I want to say she lost a brother and a lover, but I'm not. I don't want that in the paper.
Your gem eyes are just like going wide, fighting that urge. So you say you believe the gnome. You said you chased that gnome, but I saw you chase the perpetrators down, and then you came back and you entered into the warehouse, and then that's where the fire started shortly thereafter. But you say you were chasing this gnome down, but is this gnome related to the other gnome from a few days ago?
Well, that would be the logical conclusion.
Are you going to tell her about the conspiracy?
There's a conspiracy? Oh my.
Well, this is definitely off the record.
Is this like a Dark Six conspiracy, or is that where we're going with this?
I mean, it could.
Is the mockery involved?
It could have, the Dark Cool could be involved. There was a. Well, I didn't see it, but my companions here saw a roach thrall. So.
Oh my, that sounds terrible. What is a roach thrall? What does it look like? Who saw? You didn't see it, but they saw it.
But like you'd expect about
bigger than me.
Roach.
Multiple arms.
Walking.
Crawled on walls.
Talking our mind. Head thralls.
That had beetles that infested.
Okay. That's enough. That's fine. I get it. It's a giant bug.
And then
apparently they smell.
No. I can only imagine. No. Anyway, next. So you fought this thing, and I don't even want to know. And then you ran out and you set fire to a warehouse. And
you understand it was to kill the bugs.
I don't. Please don't talk about bugs anymore. I really can't do this. In fact, I need water. Ooh. And then here we are. And then you just last night, or maybe night before, you bore witness to a dead gnome, and then a few days before that, well, the paper says that you were also seen near the corpse of another gnome who was also dead, also in Lower Dura, also near a warehouse.
Well, clearly we're close to uncovering the truth, and so we're being set up to take the fall to get us out of the way. The question is, who is pulling the strings from where?
I don't know. What about your other dwarf friend that I saw you with? And with that, she raises her eyes and she's looking directly at you, Ash.
I didn't, my other dwarf friend, well, Kasimir is my dwarf friend. I'm not sure.
She means the Dark Lantern.
Just look at, he ignores those two and looks directly at her and just takes a drink and just raises an eyebrow like,
I'm going to die inside.
No one told me not to say.
Oh my God.
I just thought he didn't remember.
So she takes her hand off the stone and places her quill down. She closes her hand, makes a little fist. Did you say Dark Lantern?
He's
No. He said Dark Lantern.
Well, he doesn't know what Dark Lantern is because he's a Warforged. I mean, he's just like a parrot. He repeats things sometimes. I mean, he doesn't repeat things he heard. He just repeats. Wait a minute.
You know a Dark Lantern? Oh my. Why would the Dark Lanterns be involved with? There is a conspiracy. Oh, you have to get me an interview with the Dark Lantern. What was his name? Was it something amazing like Shadow Strike or Dark Hawk? What was that? Sounds terrible in context. What was his name? What did he tell you? Did he have one of the spy names, or did he have just something normal?
Well,
I don't remember his name.
Oh.
His name was Crossbow Bolt in the back of my neck, as far as I recall.
Oh, he threatened you. That is amazing. That is so juicy. You have no idea. Stories about the Dark Lantern activity. He took your... Why would you have a hostage? Wait, when did you have a hostage?
Story just deeper and deeper. The story is like, oh, and then...
Wait, did you take a hostage? Wait, the body fell. You touched the body, and then you ran, and then, oh my God, you didn't kill both of them. We were told both of the people responsible, well, both of the people that you chased, the paper, we were told that they were both deceased. In fact, one was found all hacked up with like giant sword wounds, and then her eyes go down to your blade, Axiom, and then the other one was fairly gruesome. They said he looked like he'd been tortured, and then his throat had been slit. And no offense, Axiom, but it seems like you might be the one to do it.
I would not slit someone's throat. I would take off their head.
Oh, even better. So maybe you just didn't have time. Is that what you're saying?
It takes as much energy to slit a throat as it does to take a head off.
Let's just say that one was alive when we left.
Yes, that one was alive when he was taken.
So you're saying the Dark Lanterns took your captive from you at threat of death and extreme harm to your physical persons, and then they obviously tortured him, and then they killed it to make it look like maybe you had done it, and then they lied about it. But why would the Dark Lanterns be interested in you?
We don't know that. He may have interrogated him and let him go, and then his compatriots took it out on him to find out what the Dark Lanterns or whoever took him knew, and they killed him. The criminals are criminals.
Oh, how did you know he was a criminal?
Well, he killed the gnome. That's a criminal act.
But you killed a lot of people. Does that make you a criminal?
That was war.
Oh, so if you do it when you're commanded to do it, you're not a criminal.
Correct.
I'm 100% sure that's how it works.
It was simpler times. before free will was granted upon me.
That was just a couple of years ago, Axiom. It was a couple of years ago.
Seems like a lifetime.
I bet. So if you could do me a favor, I would like to get an interview with a Dark Lantern. Most of it can stay off the record if that's what they want. But if you could do that, maybe we could have an arrangement to help.
They don't have a secret clock.
Your name.
You can't contact them.
What do you mean a secret clock, Axiom?
What is a secret?
What? Hence the name, but you said it's a secret clock. Why would do you use a secret clock to communicate?
No.
Why would you say a secret clock then? That doesn't make any sense.
You repeat things you hear.
This is how we got into the "can I buy you a drink" situation.
Oh, so he thought it was, well, it's highly inappropriate to ask any random strangers to buy them drinks. You don't know what you're making into. Just because you don't drink and you can't be poisoned or whatever. So
you're not as pretty as a bugbear.
Oh. So what are you for actually up to then? None of this seems to make any sense. I mean, I've talked to a lot of scumbags, and the four of you aren't scumbags. You are, by all rights, you're actually pretty okay people. The professor, she speaks well of you multiple times to other people, and so I can't really understand how you would become wrapped up with a Dark Lantern and the Dask and arson, murder, torture, probably. I'm having a hard time fitting all that together into a nice package, just for a future date.
I think there's a lot more to the story. We don't know what the story is.
One word: conspiracy.
Conspiracy. Yes. Well, nothing works better than conspiracy. I will say that.
Well, if we, assuming, and it's a big assumption that we could get an interview with a Dark Lantern, what would we get in return from you on your side?
Oh, let's see. What can I possibly offer that'll be worth something to 4 wanted potential miscreants running around Sharn? I don't know. Axiom, do you have any ideas?
Lifetime drinks for my dwarven friend.
That is one thing. That is one. Or
I have no fear of this city or their guards.
So
it does not matter to me.
Oh, there's things far worse in the Sharn than the guards. The guards are, the Sharn Watch is the mask that the city puts on. They're far darker deeds done. I'm sure Ash can fill you in on all those terrible things.
Trust in the Silver Flame. I have nothing to fear from this world.
So let's tell you, the Silver Flame is very popular outside of Thring. Very popular. The whole genocide of shifters, that worked out really well. Shifters are overleased when they meet Silver Flame. The Flame-Knights, that's what you call yourselves, right? Flame-Knights?
Some of us.
Some of you. I can, if you can get me in front of a Dark Lantern, I can help you in your reputations.
And free drinks for my dwarven friend.
And free drinks for your dwarven friend. Sure. Why not? Do you know how to contact
an
a Dark
interesting
Lantern?
idea. Conceivably, all we need to do is go down to the city again, get ourselves in a horrible situation, and one will appear. We can think about this. I don't know if there's a way we can contact with Dark Lantern easily, but we can keep it in mind.
Well, I tell you what. She taps her quill, starts packing her notes up, rolls her scrolls up, takes her ring off, puts the dragon shard item in her pouch. Says, as soon as you can figure that out, you let me know. Until then, bye-bye. And she leaves the three of you sitting in the Rumpled Princess late in the afternoon.
I think that went well.
Well, that's one way of looking at it.
True.
What do the three of you want to do the rest of your time? What do you want to do now? By all means.
Before the Black Lanterns kill us all.
I mean, the only other thing that I can think that we need to do is we do need to talk to the professor, but we are not in her graces at the moment. So, either of you have an idea? Well, we could go.
Are we aware if the
Vane,
professor
but
has a private residence? Residence
She
outside
sleeps
of
in her
Mournland
office.
University?
The professor, she sleeps in her office. Yeah, you don't know of anything else that she has.
I thought going to the lower city and trying to be found by a Black Lantern was a good idea. Or Dark Lantern. I never remember what it's called.
That's
probably
right.
not safe.
Chrysantha's the clever one in the chat.
She didn't close out the door. Oh, then all bets are off.
So I guess we're going to stay here and get drunk then.
There we go. We're gonna have to.
Sure.
Any thoughts? Any other thoughts besides drowning your sorrows for a while? I mean, it's always a valid option.
That is true.
Maybe we go to. The professor doesn't want to see us, but what if we like sneak into one of her lecture classes and wait until it's over and then kind of, approach her afterwards on her.
This is a
gathering her
fantastic idea.
I am very sneaky.
You'd be hard
for if we try that. Yeah. He's sitting in the back of the room.
Very cool.
I don't think that's going to work well. I think we're going to have to wait for her to reach out to us. So, unless you want to anger another agency in a dragonmarked house in the city, perhaps we need to just go take a little bit of time for ourselves, get some food for those of us who eat.
You're a very dangerous man, Ash.
He is.
All right. Well, it's been a day. Maybe we just need to sit down. We need to like compare all the notes. We need to write down everything we have, because I think it's almost like we're looking at the puzzle, but there's like a central piece missing, right? And so nothing seems to connect because we're missing something key. And unfortunately, this is when I wish Vane was here, because as much as he's annoying, he probably would have that missing piece.
So we helped the professor get the stone, and then we got attacked.
The stone was taken.
And then we were sent to meet with her contact, who was killed. I don't exactly know what that was all about.
Right. And he was a shardologist.
Quotes. Yeah. And obviously, dragon shards are a big business. This thing is unusual. It reminded me of things with the forges of House Cannith. Some of those strange street folk are talking about Sybaris. Obviously, it's all coming back to dragon shards.
Well, I mean, if Dask is involved.
What's that?
If Dask is involved, they do have. I'm aware that they have their one location above ground is Shamu Kar in Kyber's Gate. It's a tavern and a butcher shop, supposedly for Drome refugees. I mean, probably the last place we want to go, but
a dwarf at Calistarna Warforged in a bar set aside for Drome monsters.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's probably that's less intelligent than the other choices we made today. So perhaps we go spend a bit of time not causing trouble, see if the professor gets a hold of us, and see what happens in the morning. Maybe we set out upon this stupid path that you
Could
said.
we send her a letter?
Wouldn't we have to go to, I don't know,
You could
a certain office?
Could we pay someone to drop off a letter?
Yes, you can pay a courier from House Orion to go to House Zivis to drop off to send a sending stone message to Morgrave for Morgrave to transcribe the message and then to get to the professor's office and leave it for her. Yes.
This is a great idea.
What are the three of you? Besides that, what are the three of you? Are you guys sticking together and just kind of going over and mulling over everything and like getting something to eat, something to drink, and trying to figure out what the hell is going on next, or what are we doing?
I want to do a little bit of research if we can, but I don't know where we would go to do this research because, I mean, we can get into the university. We just can't get into her quarters. So if we wanted to go research something, we could go to the main library.
Yeah, you're known to Morgrave, so you have access to the university.
I want to know more about Sybaris and what they're talking about because he knows that Sybaris, this is where, the dragon shards fall and, and then you find different types of dragon shards in different areas and, the more common ones are found here and there. He just is going to do a little bit more research and find out if there's anything connecting the thing on his arm in any way, shape, or form to that because nobody's ever considered it to be anything other than he got marked by something.
Sure.
But now people are saying stuff and he's like, well, did it change? Is it them just making really weird inferences? I'm not sure.
All right. That's easy enough. And Axiom, what are you doing if Kaz is heading to the university to do research?
I'd go somewhere quiet and just contemplate for hours on end on what is going to happen next. Because there's a silver flame. All right. Then if there's a silver flame temple here, I would go there and just be among fellow followers and just some quiet meditation time and sharpen my blade.
Okay. Easy enough to get right with Fire Jesus. And Ash, what will you be doing?
Well, interestingly enough, the kind of the most notable member of the Dask and Sharn is also named Ash, a human priest of the shadow, which is like the sentient shadow of a god. So I am going to try to see if I can track down his whereabouts to see if I can find any intel on what he might be up to, if he's somehow connected to all of this.
All right. Let's do this. Let's have... You guys don't really need a rest for this. So, Kaz, give me a knowledge and roll with advantage, please. Ash, roll instinct and roll with advantage. And Axiom, I don't really need a roll from you. Oh, look at that.
I got a good roll.
Jesus Christ. Nice. Well, you got hope from that at least. There you go.
Things are turning around for us.
Now we're
there
talking.
You go. Man, now I feel bad. All right, outstanding. So, Kaz, you are researching and you're familiar with the dragon marks to a degree. You don't like the houses, so I don't know how much of their lore and you've ignored. Like, yeah. Magic marks, and you do all kinds of cool things.
Good amount.
Build a whole business. Okay, yeah. So part of your research, though, as you're going through it, there is a thing that the dragon marked houses can have. Well, it's not born. It's a very confusing research topic, and you really could use an expert opinion on this because it seems like there's the 12 marks. You get that. There's the 12 houses. Supposedly there's a mark that was eradicated from the face of EBERRON. And that's a pretty good roll. So that was the mark of death, and they got rid of that altogether. But there's another mark that you found research referencing to, and it's on a mark of Sybaris. And curiously enough, your research is that the mark of Sybaris is different than a dragon mark from a marked house. And yes, they do have members of the houses that have the mark of Sybaris, But it's looking like with any dragon mark, it doesn't have to be in the house itself to bear a mark of Sybaris. And the mark of Sybaris, it generally covers a large portion of the body, if not the entire body. And they are specific to the different marks that are available. So there's a Sybaris mark of passage, there's a Sybaris mark of scribing. But again, they are held to be apart from the houses to a very high, weird degree, and at least in the research that you're finding. But you do understand is that the Sybaris mark manifests itself in very strange ways and under very extreme conditions. And it just seems to sprout, and it causes radical changes upon the bearer of the mark of Sybaris. Ash, you understand where these people, the Dask, dwell, and that's a really good roll. So as you're doing your little investigations, you are closing in on some of the Dask territory and trying to figure out where this priest is, and you realize, like, okay, these guys are mixed up into all sorts of real bad shit. And this is the mafia from Drome, is really what it comes down to. And at one point, you are venturing into some very questionably sketchy areas, the areas we talked about once before that you don't really like being in. And you know that you're on the trail of this priest. You think you're fairly certain he's going to a cult meeting just in this area that you're at. Cult is a heavy use of the word. The Dark Six are recognized, but yes, like you said, they're very difficult to explain to people who don't really follow the religion very well. They may be gods, or they may be deifications of personifications of different gods, and they have a very brutal, very bleak beginnings. There's a lot of terrible things. They are the worst of the things. So you know that, and you know that entering into any one of their cult meetings, temple, shrine, even some of their crime areas could be extremely dangerous. You've been doing this investigation, and we'll assume you guys are investigating to a high degree. I'm going to push a pause on you, Ash. Kaz and Axiom, are you guys, well, I guess Kaz, when you're done doing the research, where do you go from there once the library closes?
Do we have quarters at the university that we normally
You do not have quarters at the university.
Okay.
You guys are staying in refugee sections of the city.
Okay. What he would do is then he would head back to the workshop and just organize the notes that he just took with any of the notes he was doing with the blade, and just spend some time working on things there before probably passing out on some burlap sacks in the back.
Okay. All right, easy enough. So there's that, the workshop. Axiom, are you staying at the temple overnight? Is that where you generally stay, is with the Silver Flame, if you're not with your team?
Yes. If I'm not with my team, I am at the temple.
Okay. All right, easy enough. Back to Ash. You're about to potentially make a pretty big leap of faith, ironically enough for you, when there is a figure from the shadows that steps out and grabs a hold of your arm, your forearm. And you hear a very familiar, gruff, dwarven voice that says, "I wouldn't do that, boy. Come with me."
I'll follow.
All right, and it is your old friend, the Dark Lantern. Do you remember his name? His code word?
No.
Talisman. It is in fact Talisman. And Talisman says, "I have something to show you. You still can do that little trick thing for your friends, right?"
Yes.
Yeah, well, I have something to show you, and then I'm going to ask you for a favor, which sounds odd in context. And I know you probably have a lot of questions after talking to the reporter. We'll use a nice term for what she does, but I have information for you as well about some of the questions you may have, but I need you to take a look at something for me.
All
something
right.
you and your allies might have a vested interest in, as well as being able to help put some pieces of a puzzle together. He's leading you around some of the city. You take a lift or two, and you're not leaving the lower areas. You're just kind of coming up from almost the cogs to where you were adventuring. And he gets you into he's bringing you up, and eventually you realize, like, oh my God, we are leaving. We're actually we're leaving the lower city. You go into the middle plateau area, and you're like, okay, cool. We're catching a sky skiff here. He's very quiet the entire time. He just makes small talk with you as if you were two best friends, carrying on almost as if he's drunk, and just humoring everything that you say. Everything is the biggest guffaw possible. And then you realize he's taking you to the upper city. And this is a place that you don't really get to much. How many times have you been to the upper city in Sharn?
Like 2-3 times at the most. The third time probably doesn't count because I wasn't there very long.
You weren't very long. Okay, awesome. Is he brings you off the sky coach. That last one takes you to a lift, and you go up one more small level, a few stories up, and it takes you to a sky bridge. And on the sky bridge, there's a gathering there's some people being held back, like a small crowd. It's very, very late. What time of the night is this? How many bells until dawn are we at right now?
10 bells.
10 bells till dawn. All right. You see a small throng of people that are gathered up. There's Sharn Watch is on the other side of that crowd, holding them back, and they have their spears out. They've got a few pikes. They've got some crossbowmen, and they're pushing everyone back. He navigates you through the crowd, and he looks to the watch captain, and the watch captain is like, watch captain, sir. And he's like, he's with me. Takes you up, and you're going through. There's the ever bright lanterns. They're flickering here and there. There's a weird feel to the entire area. Takes you up, rounds a corner, and as you round the corner, he points down and he says, "That is what I'm going to need your help with." And there, crumpled in the shaky lights of ever bright lanterns at 10 bells to dawn, is a human-sized body with all of its contents of a pouch spread out before it. And that's where we're going to stop.
Oh.
That's where we're going to pull shots.
What did you do when you were down in that sewer? What did you do?
Oh, my, oh, my, oh, my. All right. Well, thank you, everyone, for joining us on this much more narrative-heavy aspect of the game system. You got a chance to see the characters really dig into their backstories and start to really weave convoluted tales of deception and conspiracies. Ash, sorry, Cendrigan, are you feeling okay? We pulled the rug out from underneath you.
Well, I mean, thank God at least at the end we could find out what actually happens when you roll a taupe. Because for a while there, I was like, just going to fail everything.
Yeah, I was shocked. Okay, you guys actually can roll hope. That's great. All right, outstanding. Yes, thank you everyone for joining us again. It's this was a lot of fun. We're going to dig down deeper and deeper into a very terrible mystery of what's happening to our intrepid adventurers. Next weekend is Easter, so we will not be streaming at all on the 5th. And then the 12th, I believe, we'll be back in full force. So there's going to be a small break for about another week. And then we'll be back. And I'll go around the room. Mega.
Hello, Mega Reacts here. You can obviously catch me here on Sundays, having a great time. Also, megareacts.com, Mega Reacts on YouTube, Patreon, TikTok. I'm all over the place. And Friday nights, you can catch me on the JT Savage channel, running Miami by Night, a Vampire the Masquerade game. And had a lot of fun on this one. I love just getting into the role play and being the, I want to say idiot. He's not an idiot. He's just naive to a lot of the more subtle ways of keeping things secret. So hopefully I didn't get us in too much trouble.
Yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. For Frost.
I am ready to go to the DMV now. This is my whip. I've learned from the best. So you just screw that line. I am Frost. You can find me all over on Moonskull here. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I write lore for Legend Seeker on the channel in the evenings, and the rest of the time, I'm just usually playing some kind of a crazy character in one of these games. And when I'm not here, I'm usually writing or playing games on my channel, which I'll probably be doing later today, getting one-shotted by the bosses in Crimson Desert because people like to make boss fights, and I do not understand why people enjoy that. I would rather fight 400 elite enemies and bosses and do Heavenly Sword type fights than fight one idiotic character that I'm stuck in a room with my camera locked on. Like, anyway, that's my rant for the day. I'm gonna go eat some big chewy nerds and enjoy my afternoon.
Outstanding. And Send Dragon.
Yeah, not too much going on. I am on Start Playing. Don't have an active game right now, but yeah, mostly just here, and also when Scott's running games for Thieves Guild games in Daggerheart. That's also fun to do as well. When his internet's working.
When the internet's working. Yes. It happens. So right now it's good. It's good to go. Good to go. I think we can knock on wood. I'll say, I'm also on Start Playing Games. If you just follow our links and you can click on it. If you really want to play something on the side, I've got a few Daggerheart things set up. Doing a game set in Thetis, the world of Dragon Age. One set in the Old Republic for Star Wars. One set in, oh my God, I want to say the Nentir Vale in addition to the one there. And then a couple others that you'll see on there. They don't have any adventures yet because I'm waiting until after the Easter holidays to start putting things out and getting some stuff together. I'm going to start running some things in the evenings as I can. So if you're interested in playing Daggerheart and seeing how far it goes besides just fantasy, that's a good place to go to it. Other than that, I think we are out.